What is an ending?
What is an ending?
What is an ending?
What is an ending?
I've never heard of an ending.
What is an ending?
What is an ending?
What is an ending but a protracted excuse to shit yourself? I have lived 1,000 lives and died 1,000 deaths, and I can't help but keep sucking them back in. For in all existences, the only unpinchable loaf is an annual presentation of unfinished video games. You are under siege by commercials for children, and they will get you. The commercials, not the children, but I am back to stop both. I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show to never suck the toe. Look me up on WikiFeet and you'll see I'm undefeated. A double negative and a triple threat. One for each eye that I have opened to gaze onto the deepest truth. A message from the universe screamed time and time again. No game, no hype, those is the rules. Let's fucking do this!
Ubisoft, I'll be hard. Whatever you say bounces off of you and splatters sensually across me. Wait. No, I did that wrong. Hey, look, it's Left 4 Dead, but get this. Instead of zombies, it's aliens, and the aliens are zombies. I'm a guitar guy, so I want Rocksmith to be good, and it's probably okay. But you know those dudes that don't shower and bitch about fighting games?
There's 0.2 frame stutters between the buffering of...
Like that kind of thing? Yeah, that's me with Rocksmith. There's just gonna be something that annoys the shit out of me. I hope there's not, but I know there is. Love the idea, though. Okay, you put a rocket pack on a hang glider. That is a good start, but hear me out here. What if, hypothetically, ragdoll physics, and when you crash into stuff, he head come off? I know that's not what you're going for, but would people rather go through checkpoint hoops or he head come off? If anyone's ever said, I love Assassin's Creed, but it's just not long enough, I'm pretty sure that that's a red flag for self-harm. TVs! 2 TVs! And then TV Man is in the video game. I love when video games put real humans. That's how you know that it's good! You are pagan. No, I'm not. Mario, get the gun. I heard a noise. Oh, wait, never mind. It's an epic minion that hates his dad. Do not steal. Why is this the best looking thing here? You missed the boat, old man. Your blue guys were real impressive 12 years ago, but now everyone's got them. Also, video games have always been able to have blue guys. And I never thought I'd say this, but that colonizer guilt is just not the fun fantasy escapism it used to be. X-Boy and Bethinkle! They're sharing now. But that doesn't mean they still can't no game, no hype. Those is the rules. You know when 2 people have the same name and they work in the same office or whatever, and it's like one of you is gonna have to stop being what you've been from conception so that it's easier for everybody else? That's Stalker and Metro to me, and I've played both. I think. Hey, look, it's Left 4 Dead, but get this. Instead of zombies, it's zombies now, except the zombies are zombies. This is literally nothing. I mean, I guess no game. You know, if you look up anything historically about pirates, you'll pretty much find that it's just a bunch of dudes getting sick. So let's not kid ourselves. If Sea of Thieves is fulfilling any kind of fantasy for you, it's because you saw Pirates of the Caribbean. Is cutting out that middleman really going too far? This is it, isn't it? This is the year I have to begrudgingly admit that a Battlefield game looks fun. But I swear to God, if I find out there's just a bunch of big open fields in this one too, I will call it boring on Twitter. I played Psychonauts 1 again this year and it's still totally fine. So if Psychonauts 2 is good, it'll be timeless. Look at this, look at this, look at this. It's ugly. Now look at this. It's ugly too, but on purpose. I like how they went from not including any NPCs or story in this game and calling you a bitch for wanting it, to parading around characters nobody's ever heard of to try to sell DLC. I'm always down for another Limbo Insider game, so go ahead, show me nothing. I'm not excited, but that's how you surprise me. Okay, so context, there was genuinely a point where Halo was like my favorite thing. This was kind of before guitar and masturbation, so keep that in mind. But point is, I never thought I'd be this indifferent towards a new Halo. There are no colossal red flags, but there are some little ones.
Free-to-play multiplayer season.
Nothing's got me super pumped, but there's stuff that looks cool. It's just another thing at this point, which would be sad if I still, you know, felt. I don't know. Maybe that's the perfect setup to blow me away. That was not supposed to be a Breaking Benjamin reference, but if you took that away from it, You're one of the real ones. I didn't play the original, so this is probably very for someone, and that someone is not me. That someone is Kyle. He screamed when he saw this, and he peed when he screamed. No game, no hype. Those is the rats. If I wanted to raise goo, would I not just embrace fatherhood? Okay, but seriously, do he head come off? This game looks like BioShock, which I don't mind, but will it inexplicably be really stiff and play like crap? Has anyone else noticed that? Every time a game tries to do BioShock, it just... whatever. Ooh, I'm digging the vibe of this one. I can't help it. Good stylization just totally bypasses my gorilla brain. But I bet you're jumping out of your chair to meet Noah and Sagan Kelsling. You might be saying... Who? That's right, sequel announcement. The game's not even out yet. Scream! Scream with joy! The Ascent. I got a scent for you. Joke!
Developers haven't finished any gameplay that's actually ready to show.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't no game, no hype yourself. I'm excited for 12 minutes because that's actually exactly the amount of time I can play a video game for before I feel intense guilt. Planes. Cars! We're not allowed to crash them, but we can text while we drive. Wearing a seatbelt while I drink. Hey, look, it's Left 4 Dead, but get this. Instead of zombies, it's vampires. And the vampires, you know what? This would almost get a pass. It doesn't, though, because no game, no hype. Those is the rules. I've made fun of Bethesda like every year for not having enough stuff to fill a conference on its own. And there's not a follow-up to that. I was just right. Squeenie! Did you know that Gamefly is still a thing? This isn't a sponsored bit, by the way. I bring this up because I was going to make a joke about how you can't rent video games anymore. Something, the death of the 4 out of 10 movie tie-in game. But apparently you can, so I'm just going to say that this made me find out that Gamefly still existed. Hey, gamers! Do you want the phone? Do you want Phonal Fantasy? How about Final Phone-tasy? We will scream opera of you! Welcome to Baby's Fall! I play video games specifically to avoid having to navigate the emotions of other human beings, thank you very much.
I only know one thing.
Is it turning guys into rocks and then breaking the guy rocks? Is that what you know? Side note, and this is coming from a guy who would wear a t-shirt to a wedding, by the way. I would never wear one to a Final Fantasy game, dude. This is the origin story. They're gonna be reading the ancient scrolls and here's some fucking chud. No! Should I talk about Jeff Keighley's Big Day Out? I feel like I should, right? Elden Ring's in there. I've done one of these since I've liked Dark Souls, haven't I? Tell you what, I'm just gonna skim this one. Okay, no game, no hype. I actually tried the demo of this and it plays like a stiff Breath of the Wild with way too much text, but it looks great and that's kind of what you're here for. I'm having trouble putting it into words, but it is remarkable how not angry this game makes me. Is that weird? Not that the absence of an anger response is noteworthy. I know that's weird. I feel like I have to play a JRPG every 10 years like a tetanus shot or something. This might be the one I go for. I've always wanted to be Jimi Hendrix ever since I put on my first pair of Jimi Hendrix underoos. Nothing but respect to the serial killers that pour their heart and soul into making stop motion in the year of our Lord 2021, but I'm not necessarily going to pretend that I like it. Making a good talkie game is easy. You simply must record 1 billion trillion lines of dialogue and then your game will be good. I'm being serious, by the way. Play Hades. Hey look, it's a sequel to that game that's basically just Assassin's Creed but slightly better. Oh wait, I forgot to throw it on screen. You know which one I'm talking about though, right? There's this. I threw this one in there too. Nintipples! You think you can disappoint me? I'm bracing myself for Monster Hunter and Fortnite. Try it. Ah, okay. Pretty good shot. That's why you're the best at this. Metroid Dread, more like Metroid spread my jelly all over your belly. Let's fucking go. See, this is the kind of golf that politicians and billionaires play. Mario is so happy right now because he just closed an informal business merger that gives him a total monopoly on children's insulin. Yeah, I don't think I have the pass to talk about this one. It's like Pokemon, except they're demons.
I was about to, well, I'm actually you, but you're not a weeaboo, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold my fucking power level back.
Monster Hunter stories. Yeah, up until now, they've been about how I spent way more time fucking with the shitty UI than actually playing the game, so I didn't get into it. You know, my wish list of Dream Wars is pretty long, but VTuber War is close to the top, actually. It's kind of nice to see Nintendo make a party game where you don't hate everybody in the room by the end of the night. I'm not going to talk about ports or things that I've already talked about, which turns out makes this section a lot shorter. You motherfucker, you better... Okay, that wasn't the last... All right, okay, cool. I don't know if Breath of the Wild is my favorite game in the world, but it's definitely up there. On top of that, it has great bones for a sequel, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm disappointed to see something that basically just looks like more of it. Wink. I don't know, was I the only one that thought maybe there was an outside chance this was going to be the co-op one, or at very least the you can choose to play as Zelda one? I mean, look, I don't really care. I realize the sort of game design fire you're playing with when you choose to do something like that, but that was the concept they were teasing at the end of Breath of the Wild, right? And then, whoop, nope. That's okay. I'm equally as stoked to turn into water and drip up through the ground or something. I mean that. I know I sound like I don't, but I do. And that was this E3. And you know what? The theme of it was just kind of boring. That's not even really about what was there. It's more about what wasn't there. No Sony, no God of War, no Silk Song. What the hell's going on with that game, by the way? Battle Royales mysteriously and sorry, came as I said that. No big game-changing, mind-blowing announcements. And aren't there these new consoles we're supposed to be buying? No live cringe or wonderful shit show moments. I know I make fun of them. That's why they're my favorite part.
The 2018 Porsche 911.
This presentation is a 911!
But the thing that E3 was missing most of all was you. Because E3 is about more than video games. It's about the gamers who gather every year with a wide-eyed wonderment and a hope in their heart. And yeah, a lot of times they're left disappointed, but there's always that one who isn't. That one who's chosen to be ceremonially crushed to death under the sacrificial E3 boulder. This should have been your year, and we all know that you deserved it. But after everything, you're still here, and we'll get you next time. I'm Lyle Rath, and this has been Pregame Discharge. We're fucking back. Yeah, really, we're back. There'll be a new episode at the end of every month, and it'll be longer, so you can take some time to yourself and enjoy it. Tell your friends and family that it's your time of the month for Pregame Discharge. I'm sure they'll understand exactly what you mean.